Okay, so we just got word that our ewe is giving birth. She's in labor. She has officially passed her water bag, and my dad is actually in the barn and he says he sees it happening. So we're gonna go take a look and hopefully everything goes so well. Wow, okay, we made it, and you can tell that the ewe is in labor. She has isolated herself from the remainder of the flock. We can see the front of the head coming out with both front feet in the amniotic sac coming out of the vulva. I don't know if you can see how with each contraction she's lifting, and the baby is coming out more and more with each push. This is actually one of our older ewes. She is a dam. She has had twins before, so she is not a first-time mom. Thankfully, she did a great job all on her own without us having to assist her. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Keep your eyes on the lamb. You can totally see it wiggling around even though it is still completely covered in the amniotic sac. The nose and the mouth are not yet exposed. However, with every movement, that sac is tearing itself apart, and before we know it, the airways will start getting cleared off. Later on, you'll notice that I end up just grabbing some of that fluid off of the nose and mouth to make things easier, because I noticed that there's a lot of straw right in that area. Remember that every single sheep is different. Every ewe is different in how their birthing experience is going to look. This is not a first-time mom. She's well experienced, and you can tell with how fast she was able to birth the lamb. All in all, it maybe took her 5 to 10 minutes to totally deliver this lamb to where this lamb is now laying in the straw. Alright, so I'm a little surprised that mom has not tried to get up yet, so I'm going to put some gloves on, get in there, and see if I can clear out any of the additional snot or amniotic sac from the nostrils and from the airways in the mouth, just to let this little lamb breathe a little easier. One of the most important signs of a ewe being a good mom is that bonding time. And as soon as this ewe gets up, she's going to direct herself to her lamb. She's going to start wiping it off of all of that amniotic fluid, all of that mucus. She's going to do a great job cleaning them up. And this is how she connects to her baby. The temperature of our barn today was about 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It was a beautiful day outside, nice and warm in the barn. But do you see all of the steam coming off of that lamb? It was amazing to watch. Newborn lambs have a large surface area to body weight ratio, which makes them very susceptible to heat loss. They lose heat at a much higher rate when they are wet than when they are dry, and that is potentially a cause for hypothermia. This is exactly the reason that the ewe knows she needs to dry off her lamb as fast as possible by licking it off. After a few minutes post-birth, the lamb will utilize its natural instinct to try and get up to find mom's colostrum. The colostrum is the first feed for a newborn lamb, and it is absolute key to survival. Here in this clip, we can clearly see that the water bag has already left the vulva, and we see the two front feet with a nose right above them, which means that the positioning of the lamb is perfect. Yay! The lamb is looking for mom's teats. Her udders are now filled with colostrum. Colostrum contains antibodies which are vital to help protect the newborn lamb against disease. The feeding of sufficient good quality colostrum immediately after birth will reduce losses from both hypothermia and disease. Colostrum is a highly nutritious energy source which helps the lamb to maintain body temperature and survive. After just a few minutes, I decided to put the mom and the lamb in a smaller jug because I noticed she was ready to deliver the second lamb. Notice how mom's lips are curling up. Do you see how her head and her body are moving with every single contraction? At the same time, towards her end or her backside, you see the lamb protruding outside her vulva. With every push, the lamb is coming out more and more. As soon as the second lamb was born, it was obvious that it was covered in meconium. Meconium is a newborn's first poop. It can be a sign of distress during labor, especially being stuck in the birth canal for a bit too long. I made sure that mom cleared off this lamb really well. I also took away any of the mucus and any of the remainder of the amniotic sac from its nasal passage as well as its airway. Anytime you're going to be handling a newborn lamb or a ewe that is delivering a lamb, please make sure to use clean, brand new gloves just to maintain cleanliness and avoid, any bacteria potentially getting onto you or onto the lambs.
Oh yeah.
Good, good. Ito mama's too. Here you'll notice that I grabbed some straw and some hay, folded it over simply to try and remove some more of the meconium as well as some more of the mucus, just to help Mom dry off the lamb. Intervention in this step is absolutely not necessary, and more often than not, Mom knows exactly what to do. But being that this was the first birthing experience I was able to witness, I really wanted to be a part of the whole birthing process. And you'll notice that I keep pushing the lamb towards the mom. It's very important that she understands this is her lamb and she is responsible for taking care of it. After spending some time with the lambs, I wanted to just make sure that both of the lambs were adequately dry and that they both had their fair share of colostrum. I also double checked what sex they were, and we weighed both of the lambs before leaving them alone for some quality bonding time. Everyone's doing so well. Both of the lambs are dried up, and Mom is still passing the placenta. So, can't really see it at the moment, but it's hanging at the very bottom. It has not fully been delivered yet. Good job, Mama. So you can totally see by her feet, that is the placenta, and it's still not 100% done coming out. I see that towards the back she still has some that is attached in her vulva. So I'm definitely not going to be touching that. I would love for it to come out all on its own. But that's what it looks like. And after speaking with my mom, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it away from her so she does not eat it. I know that you know, sheep have a tendency sometimes to consume the placenta, but apparently it's not the best for them. So we're gonna scoop it up and just throw it out so that she doesn't get a chance to eat it. You'll notice that we did provide our mom with some heat lamps for both of the lambs just so that they can dry off and be nice and warm in here, although it's about 40 degrees, maybe 50 degrees in the barn at the moment. This is the cup that we use. It's a navel cup, and that is what is used to take the lamb and its umbilical cord, and you basically put the umbilical cord in here. You pick up the lamb so you can see its tummy, and then you flip the cup over, and the iodine that is in here, because you fill this up with iodine, this iodine will protect the umbilical cord from any type of bacterial infection. And I already did that once, and I'm probably going to do it again. You want to make sure to dip the umbilical cord to prevent any type of infection that potentially could, you know, any bacteria that could potentially get up into the umbilical cord, because it is an open wound. Hold on, look. Mom is still cleaning them off. You see that little red right there? That's the umbilical cord. And I already dipped that one once, and I'm gonna dip it in a little bit. You can still see her placenta is still coming out. So I'm just gonna wait for that to finish up, and then I'm gonna remove it so that she doesn't eat it, because apparently it could be very bad for their digestive tract. And these are the lambs that were born last month, and they're getting so big. And just to give you a comparison, our first lambs that were born last month weighed a little bit over 6 pounds, and that was the smaller one. And the bigger one weighed a little bit over 7 pounds. These lambs from today weigh over 12 pounds each. So they're huge. And in our lambing pen, we are offering a little bit of a mineral block, as well as water for our mom. And as soon as she gave birth, we actually have a little tray there. I have to remove that, but we gave her a little bit of grain just to give her a little bit more energy. Yeah, this is our very first time experiencing lambing season. These are our second set of twins. We came into the barn to meet our surprise lambs about a month ago. We did not expect them at that point, and these lambs are a little bit overdue. I would say we were expecting them about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So we still have one ewe that is for sure pregnant. She's right there, but I don't know if we're gonna have lambs tonight or tomorrow. Her udders are nice and full. She's ready. Follow us on Temporarily Homestead on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to be coming out with lots of content, and we're going to be sharing more of our story as we continue to expand on our homestead.